We're going to talk uranium today. We're going to talk a former client of ours. We haven't been a client of theirs for some time, but SYH is the company, Skyharbour Resources. This is a uranium deal, a nice Canadian kid run by a family of blue blood royalty of the House Street types. Skyharbour is a uranium explorer that has a multiple property portfolio. They've got partners here and there. They're optioning things here and there. They've got a little cash in the bank. They're solid. They're like a big brother Azincourt. If you look at Azincourt, cash in hand, partnerships, a decent little property that they're just starting to prove out. Let's say you level up past the boss monster to the next level. What you have is Skyharbour Resources. Now, Skyharbour's stock chart doesn't look very dissimilar to Azincourt's. It's just playing with a bigger market cap. In April, everything got killed in uranium. Everything just dropped through the floor. Skyharbour, no exception, down by half. Since then, a little bit of a rise, further drop in May, June, and now it's starting to soldier its way back from 30 cents up to 40 cents in the last 6 weeks. Good little rise. Indicator of a floor that's being created, that something can be built from. But as with everything in uranium, what everyone's really looking for is somebody in the West to say we are going to build nuclear power plants. If we get past the stigma of 70s and 80s Soviet era nuclear power plants and terrible American corporate malfeasance, we get to a place where we realize that the output of nuclear is fantastic. The environmental degradation that comes with it, absolutely minimal. Even in a case where things go horribly wrong, 2 of the 3 problems that have been with nuclear power plants in the last 50 years didn't actually create any outward, 1 of the 3 didn't create any outward hesitations. 2 of them created environmental problems. 1 involved an earthquake and 1 involved, Soviet era technology. So I think that, if you look at the fact that nuclear reactors are now on the back of battleships, that we have mini reactors in industrial uses, and that countries around the world, specifically China, are going ahead and saying, yeah, nuclear is going to be a thing. The Germans had pledged to shut theirs down and are now starting to think maybe relying on Russian gas isn't as great as we thought it would be. Maybe we should use that nuclear energy for a while longer. I can see a time where we can get past the social of you can't build a nuke because it will turn our kids into mutants, and get to what's really real, which is we need energy and we need it to not destroy our environment. I think nuclear power plants make a whole lot of sense. And the moment that we start turning around on that thinking, these uranium explorers in Canada are going to go through the goddamn roof. Skyharbour's better positioned than many because it's got a lot of projects that are at various stages of achievement. Azincourt, that I've talked about before, smaller, less properties, a lot of space to rise if it does. Skyharbour, also a lot of space to rise. You're looking at a company that is trading right now at 40 cents. And in terms of market cap, you're looking at a $56 million company. Now, this was a $100 million company just a few months ago. If it gets back to that place, then you're looking at a double on your money. If it doesn't get back to that place for a while, then so be it, because a double on your money that takes a year, I'll take it. And this is a company that will progress every single day over the next several years and eventually get to the place where it can take its mid status. If they get to production, fantastic. I'm not even worried about that, though. What I'm worried about is them just progressing things, bringing in more partners. Look, they've got a property agreement with Rio Tinto. Big boys are playing with these guys. And I think that the current market cap is a gimme, an absolute gimme. I think that you've looked at a big drop that was more than it should have been recently. I think you've looked at a lot of volatility in the space. But if uranium as a sector starts to pick up, so too does Skyharbour. If Skyharbour's properties move forward, so too does Skyharbour, right? We continue to have these opportunities for this company to move. And if it needs to get some financing out there for whatever reason, if it wants to acquire something, the guys that run this are well positioned to be able to access that capital, even in a shitty market. So I like Skyharbour. They're not a client right now. I hope that they will be one day again, because it's a quality company run by quality people. But in this space, everyone's cutting their corners, right? Everyone's trying to make sure that they bootstrap it. I like the fact that over the last 2 months, this company's gone from 29 cents to 42. I think that's a big rise in a down market, and I think that that's not going to be the end of it. I don't tell people to buy and sell. It ain't my style. I tell people when I'm looking at buying, and right now, Skyharbour to me, I think I'm going to start getting back into the bathtub with them.